A woman suddenly found herself transported to a world where being overweight was considered beautiful. Men on the street gazed at her with admiration.
Very chic.
Frightened, the girl quickened her pace, but she accidentally bumped into a stretch limousine. A powerful CEO rushed out of the car. He anxiously asked if she was hurt. The girl was about to snap at him, but to her surprise, it was her boss William.
Wow, you're quite beguiling, aren't you?
Yet for some reason, William didn't show the same disdain he had the day before. Instead, his eyes revealed unmistakable affection. He even insisted on giving her a ride. The girl could hardly believe her ears. This was treatment she'd never received before. The car slowly drove across the bridge. Even the birds seemed to form the shape of a heart. Back in that familiar alley, the once cluttered street was now spotlessly clean. Fresh flowers filled the air with the sweetness of love. William wrote his phone number on a delicate flower petal. He gently plucked the petal off. He softly told her she could call him anytime.
It's very charming. But you do realize there's like 3.6 million permutations of how this could go together.
But there's only one you, so...
This was a scene the girl never dared to dream of. The classic romance of a powerful CEO falling for Cinderella was happening to her, but the surprises didn't stop there. When she got home, the sight before her left her completely stunned. Her once tiny, rundown rental apartment had transformed into a spacious 5,000 square foot mansion. The cabinets were stocked with her favorite ice cream. The luxurious walk-in closet was filled with countless designer brands. Every pair of shoes was exactly her size. It all felt like a magnificent dreamlike feast. The girl felt somewhat overwhelmed. It wasn't until her neighbor showed up that she confirmed everything was real.
Why are we screaming?
Donnie, how did you get in here?
With the key you gave me, because I'm your favorite neighbor.
Why are you talking like that?
Talking like what?
Like an offensive version of the gay guy.
This girl thing bouffant, please.
The neighbor told her this was just one of her many properties. The girl felt like she'd fallen into a fairy tale world. She'd become the princess blessed by fate. The girl's name was Annie. She was originally the most talented designer at her company, but because of her ordinary looks and overweight body, she'd become an invisible nobody her co-workers bossed around. Faced with harsh words and cold stares, she felt resentful inside, but her deep insecurity about being overweight made her habitually try to please others. Even when her assistant slacked off watching soap operas at work, she didn't dare confront her directly. She thought she could make her mark in her career with her exceptional design talent, but when she confidently walked into a meeting with her drawings, her new boss mistook her for a gopher assistant. He even ruthlessly belittled her appearance. In this judgmental society, her only friend was George, whom she'd grown up with. George never looked down on Annie for being overweight. He would often steal glances in Annie's direction at work, but when she looked back, George was just admiring a beautiful model on a poster outside the window. In this world where being thin was considered beautiful, Annie's body type had become an obstacle to her entire life. She longed for perfect love too. She dreamed of meeting a rich, handsome boyfriend like in those TV dramas, but the reality was that no man would give her a second glance.
You know, even if he noticed you, you wouldn't notice him noticing you.
What does that mean?
You wouldn't notice him noticing you. It means that you're blind to love. You don't even see it.
Annie didn't understand what those words meant. Not until on her subway ride home, she noticed a man watching her intently. Annie thought love had finally come her way. Faced with the smiling stranger, Annie shyly introduced herself, but suddenly the man punched her. He tried to snatch her bag. Only then did Annie realize she'd encountered a mugger. But thanks to her 300-pound frame, the mugger couldn't handle her at all. While struggling, he got hit in a vulnerable spot by Annie. But just as she turned to leave, an accident happened. When Annie woke up again, she traveled to a world where being overweight was beautiful. She'd become the goddess all men desired but couldn't reach. Annie arrived at her once familiar company, but everything had turned upside down. Colleagues respectfully fetched her coffee. Her assistant eagerly reported on work matters. She was now a star senior designer, and that assistant who only watched soap operas had become a celebrity jealous of her beauty.
Wow, you look really, really different. You have to explain to me what on earth is going on here.
You put it in terms that you can understand. You're going down, bitch.
This strange world left her unable to calm down for a long time. Before she could process it all, George startled her from behind. She hurriedly confided everything to George. She might have traveled to a world where being overweight was beautiful. She'd become the TV drama heroine everyone envied. She had a successful career. She lived in a luxurious house. Everywhere she went, men fell for her.
See?
I think that's a good thing though, right?
Maybe in theory, but this is some kind of parallel universe. This isn't our office. I think I might be going crazy.
But Annie, accustomed to being ordinary, felt uneasy inside facing these sudden changes. So she returned to the subway station. She tried to recreate last night's mugging scene. She hoped this would bring her back to reality. She actively tried to mug random passersby, but people just thought she was crazy. Watching the train speeding toward her, she closed her eyes and decided to take the plunge. At that critical moment, a hand grabbed her just in time.
Oh, so handsome. I didn't want to be saved.
I'm not saving you. I'm arresting you.
What for?
Eventually, she was taken to the police station for ignoring the safety line. Unable to determine if Annie had a mental illness, the police could only let her call someone to bail her out. This left Annie extremely anxious. She couldn't remember anyone's phone number. In her panic, she suddenly remembered the number William had left on the flower petal. With a glimmer of hope, she tossed the petal into the air. Miraculously, the petal actually arranged itself into a phone number. Following the digits, Annie dialed William's number. Seeing the girl he admired reach out to him, William felt deeply honored. He even eagerly invited Annie on a date.
I'm not special. And I'm not special.
Still waters run deepest, don't they?
What?
God, there's so much I know about you.
She was certain this was another parallel universe. Although she enjoyed this life in the spotlight, she hadn't given up on the idea of leaving this world, and things soon took a new turn.